Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first edition of Clobberin Time. I am Clobberin Rob Moy, and welcome everybody. Hope everybody's staying dry, staying safe inside tonight. We are here tonight, as voted by you, to talk about 90s music. And folks, this is crazy. Look at this. I've got my own green screen action here, and this is crazy. I got a desk here. It feels like I won something. I don't know what. It could be bad. But yeah, we're here to talk tonight about 90s music. And I think for a lot of us who are watching this, hello everybody who's watching, by the way. You got Hot Rod, Lisa, Cheyenne, or Chevy Ann's watching. Jesse James is watching. Ain't it your bedtime? You know, Jesse and my old folks go to bed early. I think it's about time to go to bed. DJ's watching. DJ, how you doing, man? Tracy, good to see you. But we are here for the very first episode of Clobberin Time, and live in Studio B, right here in Bruton, Alabama. And like I said before, I hope everybody's staying dry, staying safe inside from all this weather. If you have to get out and about tonight, just make sure it's an absolute. Nothing small is worth getting out and risking your life tonight. Like I said, everybody stay safe. Once again, we're here to talk about 90s music. I think for a lot of us who grew up in the 90s, I think it was all about the music. If you really think about it, music set the trend for fashion, television shows. I mean, music was the driving force behind, I mean, legit everything. Started off in the 1990s as hair and glam metal had kind of sort of been phased out. There was a lull there, I believe, where nothing was like, it just felt like a big blah for a couple of years, about 90, 91 or so. It felt like they were just putting stuff out and it had no substance to it, if you really want to be honest with you, but that's just my opinion. Hey, Bert, don't poke the bear. I'll try, Bert. I'll try. She, all I can say is she's the bear. September 10th. Are we back live now? You made it, folks. If you stayed with us, you made it through the first hiccup. Way to go. Not our fault at all. We promise. We promise it's nothing to do with us. Period. We want to keep you. We want to keep you up to check and keep you up here with us. Anyway, like I said, September 10th, 1991 was the release of what I believe is the most influential album of the 90s, with Nirvana releasing Nevermind. That album really, simply, if you really stop and think about it, it really started the boom of it. It completely turned music on its head. We went from stuff like Can't Touch This and Ice Ice Baby and just stuff of no substance, and all of a sudden you look up and you see the three guys with long grungy hair and flannel, and they're just playing some of it was simplistic sounding music. However, it had substance, and people just immediately latched to it. The album was released on September 10th, but on September 29th, something even better happened. MTV released the Smells Like Teen Spirit video, and once people saw that, it was over. I mean, everything was just boom. The next thing you know, you look up a month later, and everywhere you looked, it was flannel and longer hair, and it completely changed popular culture, period. And then, of course, with everything in the music business, once something becomes popular, it seems like it's a windfall. It all started to really line up. Then you had stuff like Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, and what is my favorite 90s band, Alice in Chains. And this is a not very often heard opinion, but I believe that Alice in Chains in my book was better than Nirvana. But hey, some people disagree with that. But like I said,
I totally agree with that myself.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at it like this. Nirvana was kind of sort of, it had that power in your face. It was steady. I hate this system sucks, stuff like that. But Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, they were all over the spectrum. They had Rooster, then you got Nutshell, stuff like that. It was a up and down roller coaster of emotions with Alice in Chains, but every emotion, every high and low was perfect. Yeah, but that's just my opinion. Pearl Jam with Eddie Vedder, he invented this isn't what I came up with on my own, but it's been said a million times. He started the trend of yarling. He had that bottom jaw stuck out. Reason. It sounded like an old man, and they were a great band, but it was, as a kid coming up, sometimes it was hard to understand what Eddie was saying unless you had the words to the song right there in front of you. But like I said, that was just my opinion. And Soundgarden with Chris Cornell, that whole band was absolutely tight. You couldn't beat it. Let's see. This show is just showing me how much of a baby I really am. Well, that's the good thing about YouTube and Spotify and all the music streams. You can go back now instantly. Back when we were kids, you had to get in the car or hope mom and dad were going close to a music shop, and you better hope you have enough change on you to get you a CD or something, because there wasn't a pick up a device or a phone or a computer or something and just instantly listen to whatever you wanted to, whenever you wanted to. Back then, you better have the money to go buy the cassette or the CD, or sometimes even the we still had records when we were coming up. My dad had a record player, and I would buy vinyl every once in a while of certain albums, but that was just me though. Also, and then once you get past like Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Soundgarden and Alice in Chains and all those guys, and then once Kurt Cobain killed himself, it was like, all of a sudden, it was like the music industry went ahead and finished off. It wasn't just that Kurt Cobain died, but they decided they would flood the market, flood it with wannabe Nirvana acts. Even though they were good, they were just kids like Silverchair. They were 15 years old when that song Tomorrow came out. They were 15. They were kids, but they put them in flannel. They sounded good. They played good. They looked the part, but they were kids. And once that stuff started, they started oversaturating the market. People are like, okay, look, this isn't Kurt Cobain. We don't want this. So they hunted something else. It's just like any other form of entertainment. Once something big hits, and then the big hit either dies or goes away, they try to replace it, and you couldn't replace that. And yep. In 92, I do believe, if I'm correct, the Black Album hit. And people rejected that at first. The hardcore Metallica fans did, because before that you had, in the 80s, you had Injustice for All, Ride the Lightning. And once the Black Album hit, it was like, okay, awesome. A really heavy riff. One of the biggest songs in rock history, Enter Sandman. And then you had the absolute opposite of what Metallica was used to producing with Nothing Else Matters. It went from just ripping your head off metal to just a simple acoustic guitar and a little drum arrangement, and it was just and then even had a little bit of operatic music in, I believe. People instantly, the hardcore fans were like, wait a minute, this isn't Metallica, because before, when you bought a Metallica album, your little sister or whatever didn't want to hear that, but now all of a sudden with the Black Album, they were like, hey, can I borrow the Black Album? I want to hear Nothing Else Matters. And it really made a lot of people mad, and people started yelling, oh, Metallica sold out, Metallica sold out. And Lars Ulrich said it 1,000 times. Yep, we sell out every night we play. So, I mean, yep. Yeah, Jessica, our song was Nothing Else Matters. And you remember what the other songs that we had to vote for? Remember what they were? You get a brownie point if you can name one more song that was on that list. I remember one more song, but I don't remember the other. It was 4 songs. It was Nothing Else Matters, and if you can guess one more of them that I remember, you get a brownie point. Milli Vanilli. Oh my goodness. Boy, they completely messed the whole world up when they got caught lip syncing, didn't they? Ooh. Blame it on the rain. Man. Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Oh, don't catch them outside. Oh, no. If she's outside right now, she's a soaking wet mad.
I promise you, I had to do that for the Drive Time fans in the bunch, and I know Jesse James loves that, so I'm going to shut up.
Head just started in tuning in watching this. I have no idea, but I'm willing to bet there was some bad country on the list. No, Jessica, if you remember, I don't remember any other song besides Nothing Else Matters and Pearl Jam's Yellow Ledbetter. That placed second on the voting.
Oh, that's a great song.
That song is still to this day awesome.
Oh, that's a ooh.
I cannot remember. It was 4 songs.
Great song.
There was 4 songs. It was Nothing Else Matters, Yellow Ledbetter, and I want to say there was like a just lost your wife and mama and dog country song. And
I don't know about that, but I'm just telling you, Yellow Ledbetter, that's a classic.
Eddie Vedder could have not even sang and just listen to the guys play the instruments. The instrumental work in that song is top shelf. But yep, see there. Yep. Hey, Bert, got it. Bert.
That's a great song.
Yeah, Bert was in our class. He remembers.
Blame it on the rain.
They gonna bring that mug on, ain't it? They.
I'm telling you, Yellow Ledbetter is Yellow Ledbetter is in the top like 10 of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
Not that anybody cares. This is your show. I'm producing tonight.
Yeah, DJ Kimbo.
I'm gonna shut up.
Kimbo Slice can bring in whenever he wants. No, Jessica. The class before us was Freebird. The class before us was Freebird. I remember that because the whole class walked out, and there was still 15 minutes of the song left. Class day when they walked out to it. They hadn't even made it to the first solo yet when they walked out. Bert was class president. Yes, he was class president and vice president. Bert was the whole cabinet. That's how big a personality Bert had. He took over, bottom line. But once again, welcome everyone. If you're just joining us, we're talking 90s music. We kind of just made our way through the grunge era. Man, it is. But like I said, once Kurt Cobain passed away, we could be blunt with it and say he killed himself, but he passed away, however you want to say it. Well, I kind of soften it up a little bit. And also, I just got maybe an unpopular opinion. Maybe some other people have thought about this, but if you really think about it, stop and really put your head, pen to paper, and really go back and listen. After he passed away, and his wife, Courtney Cobain, Courtney Love, however you want to say her name, they released her band Hole, released that album right after he died. And go back and listen to that album. If she didn't find some of Kurt's old songbooks and rip him off, I'll walk home. Really go back and listen to Celebrity Skin. listen to that song and tell me you don't hear Kurt Cobain. Tell me you don't. I dare you. And also the other hit off that album, Doll Parts. That was straight up ripped right off Kurt Cobain.
I think your new name needs to be Rob Casey Kasem.
Hello, everybody. This is Casey Kasem.
Hey, there you go. Listen, that's awesome, man. You need to keep that up.
Keep your head in the clouds and your feet on the ground, or however he said it. I don't know. Anyway.
Listen, this is quality entertainment right here.
If this
you can't get this anywhere.
And it's free, luckily, because when nobody pay for it. But that's not... Hello, everybody. This is Casey Kasem. Oh, no. The Backstreet Boys. Okay. First of all, okay, we'll do a little pop stuff for you. Once the grunge era kind of played itself out, it was like the people in the pop business, they were just sitting back, just waiting. And the next thing you know, you look up and you've got the Backstreet Boys, you've got NSYNC, you got 98 Degrees, you got what was it? And it's not LMFAO. That's the 2010s guys. I'm talking about, it was something like LFO or something like that. I think that was the name of them. But there was like, okay, and first of all, I'm going to throw a little something on you right here. I never have understood why they call them boy bands, because nobody plays an instrument. See, bands play instruments. Those are just dancing dudes. I guess dancing dudes wasn't catching up. This is a boy band. But, what can you please have him do? Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. What Cheyenne, some of the songs were still listening. Look, here's the deal. My wife had just said, okay, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm a huge NSYNC fan. I will not lie. I'm not ashamed of it. And my wife's talking about do the bye, bye, bye dance. No. That is not happening today. I have to have read a few books to do the bye, bye, bye. And that ain't no lie. But, and I will tell you this, and I'll let my wife release it on the Clobberin Time page. Sorry about the ring back there. But my wife has a video of me painting our spare bathroom and dancing to the Pussycat Dolls' "Don't You Wish Your Girlfriend Was Hot Like Me." That video exists, folks, and it's something to behold. Beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, it works. It works. Oh, no.
Wow. I might have probably kept that to myself.
I don't care. Look. You've seen me twerk in the park. You've seen me do way stupider things than that.
Watch it, sucker.
Oh, ain't Esther, calm down. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute, man.
Wait a minute. But,
I mean, good Lord.
Oh, yeah, my wife talked. Was it LFO that sang Abercrombie and Fitch?
Well, that was just them that was getting with it just then, I think.
That's what I heard.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
that's not it.
Woo!
This is...
Oh, no!
See, I played that a while ago. You just couldn't hear it. So now you can hear it.
No.
How about that?
Boy.
Do you remember?
Don't get DJ Kenwood cranked up in here.
DJ Ken, I tell you what, folks. I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch.
I'm not a big Abercrombie and Fitch fan, so.
But the sad part was, how do you get women? They couldn't even get loud. There ain't no bass and nobody voice in that band. I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch. You put a girl to sleep singing to her like that, but there was girls going crazy for her.
I guarantee it was. I promise you, there was women that went crazy over those guys.
Oh, now they all. Yeah, okay, yeah, I know. I
don't even know who those guys were, other than LFO, whatever that stands for. I have no clue.
I can't say out loud on the air what that stands for.
I can't
either. Neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But also, the band. This was a band. Yes, they were not very manly, but they were tight instrument players, and they were not the most nobody listened to it to get their metal on, but they were a real boy band, and that was Hanson. And you remember Hanson. If you were at least 30 years old, you remember Hanson. They were not the most macho band in the world, but they were a legit boy band. And that is the epitome of remember Hanson?
Oh, you talking about those kids that sing something about Sheba
doing all this right here and all.
Wait a minute, who?
You don't remember?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. My sister was the biggest Hanson fan in the world, and this is no joke. You could not see the walls in her bedroom for Hanson posters, and that's a shoot. You couldn't see one line in the wall. It was straight posters. Yep, there, everybody. Bob, that's right. And another.
I can name that tune in one note, Jesse James.
Ooh.
But she said I'm disqualified, so I can't say anything. It's got to be on you, Clobberin Rob.
What are we doing?
I don't know. She's we lost somebody May 27th. It'd be the 1 year anniversary of it.
Can you name the person, Rob? Boy, May 27th. Give me a year, Miss James. Give me a year. May 27th. Can we get I need a year.
I don't know.
I want to say.
Last year. 1 year. It's a 1 year anniversary.
Last year.
Yeah.
1 year anniversary. Just, is it Chester Bennington? Or is it Chris Cornell? Which one? Because they were pretty close, not too far away. Okay, it's gonna be Chris Cornell. Bet. I'm going Chris Cornell. Bet. I guarantee you that's who it was. And if it is Chris Cornell or whether it's Chester Bennington,
I'm gonna say it wasn't either one of those guys.
Neither one of those guys. Ooh.
Think older school rock.
Old school rock.
Old school jam band.
Old school jam band. I see.
They like to ride at midnight.
Like to ride at midnight. Greg Allman?
Hey. Ding, 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 ding. There you go.
Okay. Because
Wendy had it.
Yeah.
She hit it. I think she's the one that clued you into it.
She's a shoot, let's see. She Google asks her stuff.
Holly Shirley had it. I knew Holly would get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Midnight Rider. The only Midnight Rider I know was Dusty Rhodes. That's
a whole other show, isn't it?
That's going to be a whole nother show, baby. And when we turn that loose, it's going to be funky like a monkey. Yeah. In a couple, I don't know exactly when, but I've already got a special guest lined up to come in, and we're going to talk about nothing but the Attitude Era. And
it ain't Bullet Bob, is it?
Oh, it ain't Bullet Bob. It ain't Bullet Bob. He'd probably beat me to death for bringing up the Attitude Era.
What about Michael P.S. Hayes?
Bad Street, boy.
Come on, man. I know you can do that.
If we get Bad Street in here, it's over. We'll shut Bruton down. There'll be a crowd out there in the yard. I don't think we need that.
Uh-oh. I know you can't get up and do that walk, can you? I know you can't get up and do that walk.
Oh, I ain't do that moonwalk,
do that Freebird walk. Little PS walk. Yeah, baby.
Boy, you get me worked up in here now. Woo! Randy Gill said they should have named Alexa Wendy, because I tell you what, the most commonly...
Wendy said Google ask her. How about that?
I told you. The most commonly yelled phrase. We almost sound like we're arguing, but the most commonly 2 words that are used in our house. Google it!
How about, I got 2 words for you.
Oh, no. I tell you, have you heard from T-Bone lately since the arrest record got put up?
Well, I can't say that I have.
I'll be honest with you. I spoke with him last night I did a little commercial for this show last night, and somebody posing as him.
Oh, he got out.
Yeah,
he's out.
Yeah, he's posting on this page earlier before I got here. He posted a picture of palm trees and all this. That.
Well, she's your girl. Well, let me tell you something. I'm not your guy. Okay, look here. I am not your guy. If I wake up and something's floating at the end of my bed, you can have it. I'm gone. 30 minutes, there'll be a for sale sign. I'm out.
Yeah, if I was to star a real life in a ghost movie, that's going to be the shortest movie in the history of movies. If I'm sitting there and anything moving, I didn't touch it, roll credits. That's the end of the movie.
Let me tell you something. Tell me, listen, man. Negative. I ain't fooling with nothing. You can't be shot or a dog bite. I'm not messing with it.
Well, I'm dead serious. My wife is a massive paranormal fan.
I bet your house is haunted.
No comment.
Okay, well then I'm never coming to your house.
Okay.
You don't ever have to worry about KJ just dropping in. Not because I don't like you or Wendy or anything like that at all, but I'm out. And I've had people call me like, hey, listen, I know you got all that video stuff. Let's go set up somewhere and let's catch some ghosts. And I'm like, no, I'm out. You can have all that you want, okay? Go buy you a couple recorders and all that kind of stuff.
Look, I'm telling you, I call her Woogie Boogie Wendy. Because I'm telling you, she's all about them.
Chevy, yeah, let me tell you something. I remember Eddie Murphy and Delirious, or Raw, one of the two classics, by the way. But he said that he and his wife were out looking at houses, and they went in this one house and said they had a nice garage, had a nice kitchen, nice bedrooms, nice living room, nice den. He saw all of a sudden this ghost said, get out.
Yeah.
He said, too bad we can't stay. Get out. And that would be KJ right there. I'd be hitting the door at that point in time. I'd be gone.
I've personally never experienced anything that I couldn't explain, like paranormal wise.
Let's see if it'll pick back up. Hold tight.
Okay.
Yep. You're good.
Good.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for hanging in there with us, folks.
It's this weather, man. Mediacom. Thank you, Mediacom, for being a great cable provider and internet provider.
Yeah.
This is a testament to how great Mediacom is. Hey, we started talking about ghosts, and look what happened.
Woogie Boogie.
I don't shut up about that.
I ain't lying. I mean, it's rough.
Yeah. I ain't saying nothing else about that, man.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna have to change subjects because every time we mention spooks and spirits and
let's just quit talking about it. I'm good. I'm gonna shut up and let you go.
Okay,
you hit it. They can't hear me no more. You got it. You got the mic.
All right. Let's get back on the. Oh Lord. All right, y'all quit talking about that kind of stuff. We're gonna get back on track a little bit if we can.
Okay, I'm back live. I was just fixing to say with Jessica, how do we go from 90s musics? How do we go from 90s music to ghosts?
Well, I do believe it's because 90% of the people from the 90s music scene is a woogie boogie now.
Yeah, well, we're going to quit talking about that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Take it away.
But let's get back to some 90s music.
Let's talk about In Living Color. That's what I want to hear about. I know that's one of your favorite bands, are they not?
Living Color?
Yeah, Living Color. I'm thinking In Living Color because I was actually pulling some sound bites from In Living Color today. Living Color.
A lot of people don't forget is their biggest hit, Cult of Personality, came out in '88.
Oh, I didn't forget it. I'm just saying they had some great albums. Cult of Personality was their commercial success.
Yeah.
But they had some great albums in the early 90s as well.
Yeah.
Mid 90s.
Yeah. Yeah. They, it just seems like though, well, it's hard to explain. You know what I'm talking about though, Ken, like they were too far ahead of their time in my book. I've listened to several of their interviews and they were signed to Sony Music. And when you go to Sony Music, I don't know how it is now, but back in the late 80s and 90s, each floor was a different genre of music. You had your rock floor, your rap floor, your country floor, et cetera, et cetera. And those guys show up and they're an all black metal band. And when they go to the rock floor, they get off the elevator and people look at them like, what are you doing here? Well, they had the spandex on and all that stuff because if you go back and watch their earlier videos, they were wearing like the neon spandex and stuff like that. And so they get through their business on the rock floor, you know, actually what they were in the genre of doing. And they get back on the elevator and they went up, and I forgot exactly which rapper that they were good friends with, but they get off the elevator at the rap floor and their own people are looking at them like, what are you doing here? So they felt like they didn't belong anywhere. So that like I said, you go back and really, when we get done here tonight, go back and listen to Cult of Personality, watch that video. Don't think about what year it came out. That song could have came out yesterday. That song is 30 years old this year. And they wrote it in 15 minutes. They had a gig at CBGB there in New York, and they were practicing, and they were just goofing around with the riff. 15 minutes later, that song was written, done. They went that night, played it, and shot straight to the top with it. And that the biggest songs of all time were written last minute. And Jesse James just talked about Tupac. That, to me, Tupac and Biggie helped to bring rap to the forefront, but really put it over was when their payoff came, it was after they were dead. If you really think about it, it was the whole East Coast versus West Coast. Guys were swapping sides there, and once they died, and let's not pull punches here. Legit, what was it? Suge Knight had Biggie killed while Suge Knight was still in jail. But he had Biggie killed, and then nobody will ever just come right out and say, "Hey, you did this." But I mean, it's wide known. It's been said a million times. And then after Biggie was killed, Diddy came in and took over that spot, and he took rap because I'm not going to pull any punches on this show, folks. If I offend anyone, go buy some Pampers there at Walmart, and they sell bottles too. But Diddy was more accessible and more, let's see, he was more white friendly. Let's be honest here. He was more white friendly than Biggie. Biggie was legit from the streets. Biggie grew up poor, living with a single mom who raised him on her own, working 2 or 3 jobs, where Diddy came from a middle class to upper class family. So Diddy didn't know about the streets legit. And once Biggie died, here came Diddy, and he took over the East Coast, and that's when you started getting the more radio friendly rap. But that sounds like opinion, but really you go back and start building the blocks together, and you'll see where I'm right. Josh Godwin, hello. Apparently my car looks like a Snoop wagon. Whew, look out. Don't get pulled over. Once, and then in the late 90s, well, I say late 90s, mid 90s, the East Coast, once Biggie died, I think the guy that really took over the legit part of rap. Now, I'm not talking about Diddy. Diddy took it to mainstream. He took it to the radio stations. But the guy that my favorite East Coast rapper is still Jay-Z. And I mean, Jay-Z, I mean, here, how talented is he? He's never written a song on a piece of paper. Ever.
H to the Izzo, V to the Izzy.
That's the anthem. Keep your hands up. Anyway, he never, ever, Jay-Z has never written a song on a piece of paper. Ever. He gets a hook in his head and goes in the studio. They play the beat and boom, he turns it out. He's never written a song on a piece of paper. Ever. Now, if that ain't talent, I don't know what is. But out in the West Coast, it's once Tupac, I mean, it's hard to explain. In the early 90s, you had the NWA, and then once they kind of sort of faded out, they didn't fade out. They never lost their talent. They were swept under the rug because they were talking about their true feelings, you know, F the police and all this stuff like that. They were, once guys like Charlton Heston and all those guys got on TV and really put the nails to them, they kind of sort of faded away. And plus with Ice Cube leaving and Eazy-E dying, all that was left was Dre and Snoop and, you know, well, Dre from NWA, and then Snoop joined him up. And they really, honestly, Dre is a genius. He not only can he write a great rap song, but they're one of the best beat makers in history. And Snoop, that guy, he's an enigma to me. I mean, he just looks like that guy that you could sit down and talk to all day, and you don't expect to learn a lot from a lot of people. But Snoop can come out, throw 3 lines on you, be like, this dude's brilliant. But and then in the late 90s, it seemed like it was a lot of legit still beefing with the East Coast, West Coast stuff. And then this white kid out of Detroit came along named Eminem, and that's when a lot of white kids really learned about what legit rap came from, because then they were like, okay. Honestly, the first time I heard Eminem, the song on the radio, Hi, My Name Is, I was like, Vanilla Ice, another one-hit wonder white rapper. Got it going on. Woo!
Now see,
this is a journey into sound.
This is when it all really got started, if you want to know the truth.
Journey which along the way will bring to you new color, new dimension.
A lot of people don't know about that, but this is when it really got started. 1985, baby. Eric B. and Rakim.
Legit, like my favorite hip hop is the 80s stuff, like Curtis Blow, stuff like that.
Oh, pump up
the volume,
pump up
the volume.
Okay, let me stop.
You done turned it into Soul Train up in here. Hold on, I got to sit back down.
Yeah,
woo.
Woo. Gotta leave that one alone.
I ain't lying. They're gonna be people lined up out. I'm gonna have to put a bouncer at the door.
Got up in here and turned the black lights on. I wonder what would happen if we started turning the lights off in here and black lights on. I don't know. That green screen probably wouldn't look good.
Don't do it.
It'll be okay.
Don't. Anyway.
I'm gonna shut up now and let you get back at it. Jessica, if you listen, bring me out a Pepsi product, please. No, never mind. I'll come get one. Go ahead, Rob.
Sugar Hill Gang. Oh, yeah. I was just talking about that with somebody the other night. Legit. It's a shame that the Sugar Hill Gang didn't make a red dime, very little at all, from Rapper's Delight, because turns out they were the original samplers and they didn't get a permission. Their producer didn't get permission to use the music, and they got sued and they didn't make nothing, which is a shame, because that was like the first mainstream like hip hop that a lot of white kids heard in the 80s. So it was the Sugar Hill Gang was so good. Ooh, today was a good day. You were about 40 years old in 19. Let me tell you something, boo-boo. I might have been 40 in 1985, but you know what that means? That means you like old men's. You don't worry about it. I know somebody like it. Let's see here. Fish, which is my favorite dish. Woo. Yeah, I just heard today was a good day. Yesterday, as a matter of fact, I was just cutting grass and listening on Spotify to some, they have I love 90s hip hop. And that song came on and I was like, dang, this song still sounds so good. Let's talk a little bit about, if some of you don't like it, you don't have to join in the conversation. But let's talk about, you can't deny it, in the 90s, especially the early to, say, 96, 97, country was a hot act. Country had a lot of top hit makers in the early 90s. That's when I stopped listening to country, period. And because it seems like once pop got over huge, country started following that trail. My favorite, personally, I love the old school country, Johnny Cash's, Hank Jr., stuff like that. But my favorite, personally, my favorite country artist ever is Garth Brooks. And it's because not only did he tell stories in his songs, but his live show was almost like a rock show. He was a great entertainer. He didn't just stand there in one spot and play a guitar and look about the crowd. You had to have some endurance to even watch a Garth Brooks concert. He was all over the stage, and a lot of people, maybe you've noticed it, but Garth Brooks doesn't have any of his albums on any kind of media, digital media of any kind, because he said he still wants his albums to be sold like it used to be. You got to go somewhere and actually buy the physical record. I can understand wanting to be old school, but at the same time, the guy doesn't ever have to sell another record. He's DJ. You can, or KJ, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe he's still the #1 selling artist of all time. Uh-oh. Only on Clobberin Time can we go from Garth Brooks to back to the club. Yeah. Hey,
man! But somebody in there talking about Players Club. That's the jam right there. Now, I can't lie. That's hooking it up. I'm fixing to hook him up with another one real quick too. And I know you was talking country, but you get me to thinking about things like this, and by the way, real quick. By the way, Kenwood, my special guest that I'm going to have for the wrestling show is on the page, is watching right now. My buddy Zach Smith. That dude can talk wrestling almost as long as I can. Well, I want to meet him then.
He's up on it.
What up, brother Jay? That's how we do it.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah. It ain't but a few old school will know about this one right here, Rob.
Y'all just want to see me dance all night. That's all it is.
Yo, a day in the life of a player named Quick. I'm just a stubborn kind of fella with a head like a brick. And just because I drink the A, they say that I'm hopeless.
Let me get off of that.
Oh, by the way, I need you to work on, y'all were talking about on Drive Time this morning. Talking about pulling some sound bites from Coming to America. That's my jam, man. Coming to America. Woo!
We're gonna do that. I'm telling you, we're gonna do that.
There you go. Every time bring up boxing, white people got to bring up Rocky Marciano. That's they one. That's they only one. That
medium fist be proper. That's it. I knew Josh was gonna come in and know what that was right there. That's bad. That was good right there.
When DJ hit that sexual chocolate this morning, I said, "Oh no!
If loving the Lord is wrong, I don't want to be right."
This the same God that brought Jeremiah.
I want you to tie that knot.
This man right here. You might have seen him on the.
That boy good. That man good.
Yeah, good and terrible. From the What's Going Down episode of That's My Mama. Give it up for Jackson Heights' very own Mr. Randy Watson.
I tell you what, man, Rob's a master impressionist too. This show's gonna get better and better. I'm telling you.
I believe in the children of the future.
I think a lot of people don't realize what they're missing tonight, but they will. I can tell you that. So get out like a doggone bad cold. I was about to say something else. I'm like messed up.
Don't get me kicked off.
Yeah, I need to quit. I need to stop doing that. What's Going Down episode.
That's my mama.
Yeah, that's good.
When he throws the microphone down and just says,
yeah. And then people and everybody out there just
2 claps.
They're just quiet.
That boy good.
That boy good.
Yeah, good and terrible.
Yeah.
The barbershop scenes are the best to me.
You can be all the things you've always wanted to be. Beautiful, sexy, easy as 1, 2, 3. Just let your soul go. Just let it shine through.
Oh, man.
So silky smooth, just let it shine through.
That
man.
That
sex and chocolate.
Sex and chocolate, everybody. Sex and chocolate. What'd he say? What when them girls was walking off the stage, he said, "There's a God somewhere."
Miss Parker? Miss Parker.
The same God that helped David out the line. Helped Gilligan get off the island.
Get off the island.
I've seen that movie so many times I could quote it in my sleep.
Man, that was good. that was good.
Anyway, let's try to get back on the beaten path. We chased a lot of rabbits here.
What was that? Bernie Mac said Friday? Miss Parker.
The Lord is my shepherd. He know what I want. What's up, Uncle Ing? Uncle Ing joining the show. Man, we just got through with a classic. I mean, a classic. I'm telling you, man. Don't get going off on them Friday movies because we'll be here all night.
I ain't gonna do that.
Friday.
I ain't gonna do that.
But
listen. I love me some Aunt Esther.
Oh man,
I'll tell you right now. My we told some Kenny stories this week on Drive Time. My daddy, he loves Friday. He particularly loves that scene where the daddy comes in there and Craig is in the refrigerator. Yeah, he particularly loves that one. Every time I come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen, in the refrigerator, eating up all the pig feet, all the hot maw. I like pig feet. I like chilling. I'll tell you, man, it's a classic. The first scene of the movie, you knew it was fixing to be great. Aunt Esther is knocking on the door. Oh, my God. You knew it was going to be great. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just saying you knew it was going to be great. And it was so good because you weren't hearing her speak like that. No, you wouldn't. But let me tell you this. You knew she had it in her to speak like that in Sanford and Son. Yeah. You knew she had it in her. Okay. Yeah. You did. Yeah. But one of my favorite all time, I use it all the time. Ham, no burger. Kool-Aid, no sugar. My favorite thing. Chevy Ann coming in on that one. When Craig sat down and had that big old bowl of cereal and when I found out he had no milk, he went to pour it out. His dad said, "Wait a minute, what you do with that? Better pour some water on that." My favorite was his, oh man. He said, "That's Janet Jackson." She goes out and look down in there. She said, "Oh, what's up?" He said, not a damn thing.
One of my favorite one of my favorite lines of all time when Debo rolls up on Red and Craig and Smokey. He said, "What you got on my 40, homie?" He said, "Man, I thought you had $20. I do, but I want to spend Red money." Red said,
"Hey man, this is classic. This is I'm telling you right now, this is going on the podcast. For those of y'all that don't know that, this is going on the podcast. So
yeah,
now you know."
Wendy just said, "You got to be stupid to get fired on your day off."
Yeah. What was you doing? Building a clubhouse? Fire me for stealing boxes, man.
But legit, my favorite character from all those Friday movies is either Money Mike or Day Day.
Day Day was good.
Day Day.
Day Day was good. Mike Epps. Mike, listen. Have you seen How High?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. Red Man and Method Man.
Man, I've been pimping since pimping.
When Mike Epps shows up in that movie as the pimp, that is
hold a hand, that good little baby power.
That is the greatest. I mean, that in my opinion, that's the best last part of a movie in a long time. What you laughing at? Put it right there. Put it right there. He said, "What you over there talking about? You're supposed to be co-signing to the stuff that I be talking."
By the way, Chevy Ann, your question, Craig, can I borrow a microwave? You need to borrow a job.
He said, you need to hook that hair up.
Yeah. Jessica James just said it. Pimping in my blood. My granddaddy was a pimp. My great-great-granddaddy was a pimp. I've been pimping since pimping, been pimping since pimping.
What's up, Amy? Even time to you.
But legit, though, Day Day on Friday.
Lisa, what's up, Elisa Hart?
When everybody first meets Baby D.
Yeah, Baby D wasn't no joke, man.
You laugh because you don't know Baby D.
Yeah.
She babysit, do hair, and babysit, and sell weed at the same house.
Yeah.
Please don't know when to kick the door in.
Yeah.
She just said,
which one was it? Was it part 3 that had the dog? What was his name? Chico.
Chico was in the second one and the third one.
Yeah. Okay, that's right.
Because the essays had Chico in the second one.
That's right. Craig, he had to go over and sneak in that house.
Craig wore him out with that belt, though. Dog bit the belt. Tore him up.
Then he gave him them brownies.
We top flight security of the world, Craig.
Yeah,
the world.
Went over and laid down.
Everybody's suspect today.
But, listen, I'm telling you, man, at the end of that how high, when old dude comes around there, old Mike Epps got that knife out and he cuts, I need money, and I need money, he said a word the whole movie. He said, "Oh, no." Oh, man.
We can sit here and just talk about crazy movies all night long.
Yeah, well, I need to shut up again. I know I say that all the time, but I'm going to do it for real this time.
This is our show.
This is your show.
No, this is the people show.
Well, it may be, but this is Clobberin Time, so I'm going to shut my mouth. I talk every morning. I run my mouth every morning. I'm going to let you, this is your deal. Yeah. I mean, I've been wanting to just sit back and not say nothing and do all this, and here I am talking.
Yeah, Boo Boo says she know about all the snacks. Talking about little Debbie got a cupcake come out next month. You bite off into it, glitter fall out of it.
Yeah, I will say this too. There's another classic movie from back in that day, that time period, called Major Payne.
Uh-oh.
And I'm gonna tell you something. If you've never seen Major Payne, you need to go get that. And
you be sure a little trick, get your mind off that finger.
Yeah. He said, "Well, I've been known to cut a little rough."
Yeah, they're hitting that robot.
Yeah.
Major Payne wasn't no joke.
Yeah.
When them boys fed him that laxative cupcake.
Oh, man.
He put that young man on the floor with that breaking wind scene.
He sure did.
Woo-woo.
Oh, and Jesse's right about that now. The Queens of Comedy. I know, look, the Kings of Comedy is good, okay? They were hilarious. But it don't hold a candle to the Queens. I'm telling you, when Monique, this is back when Monique was still a big gal.
Yeah.
When Monique, at the end of it, she spins around in that pyramid and she walks out there and she says, "Listen, to all my big women, if you sit next to a skinny one, I want you to take your fist and knock her over the top of her head.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to say all what she said because it's a PG rated show.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway.
Let's try to get back on a little bit of a topic here. How long are we gone here?
I don't know. Probably about an hour.
We're looking right now at 57 minutes of that. Looks like we're back live, huh?
Yeah, I think we are. Go ahead.
We're back? All right, cool. But I've had fun here with you guys tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. We started off on music and wound up talking about just funny movies. Once this is over, we're going to place another poll up with a few more options. And once again, when the poll goes up, pardon me, when the poll goes up, what we'll do is this time, instead of waiting until all the way till Saturday night or whatever, we'll just say, if the poll goes up tomorrow, we'll end it Friday at 8 o'clock. Because, I mean, if you're going to vote, most times you're going to vote right when the poll goes up anyway. We may shorten up poll topics because I don't want to run out of stuff to talk about legit, because I don't want to put stockpile it all up at one time. Next time, we may try it this week and put just 2 options up and let everybody vote between the 2, because if I put 4 or 5 options up, you may like 2 of those, but you can only vote for 1. So I think this time we'll try something different. yeah, I'm having Mountain Dew withdrawals, but we'll try something different this time. And like I said, this is the very first show, so it's a work in progress. And like I said, next week I don't think we'll have it. It'll just be me again, but we're going to try to. Right now, we're trying to fine-tune a perfect date, but it's probably going to be episode number 3. I'm going to have Zach Smith on here, and we're going to talk wrestling. So if you don't, all right, folks, we're going to talk a little wrestling in a couple of weeks, but next week it'll be decided by you again. We're getting took out. We're going out right now. We're going out with some Bad Street, USA. The further down the block you went, the better it got. But, folks, I've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it. Be back right here. Once again, it'll be up from now on to stream whenever you want, watch it whenever you want, share it, like it, share it, invite all your friends to the party. Just go to the top of the page, add your friends. And, folks, we have had a blast, and I hope you have too, and we will see you right here next week, next Wednesday, 8 p.m.-ish. Peace out, love each other, and we'll talk to you next time. See you later. For Rob, for DJ KJ, folks, it's been fun. See you next time.